y'all, Grilla Girl here today, and we're going to make Bannanas Foster bread pudding. Yes, we're going to put two famous New Orleans desserts together. Now, who wouldn't like that? And it is so easy, you're not going to believe it. So I'm going to go over your ingredients first. You want some day-old bread. I found some brioche at a great price, but you can use French bread, Texas toast, Cuban bread, any kind of bread. Challah bread is great too at Christmas time. Anyway, this is what brioche looks like. It's day old, so it's not, really fresh. And you're going to cube that up in 1-inch cubes, about 6 loose cups. And then you're going to use 2 cups of milk, 5 large eggs. Here's a teaspoon of vanilla, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, whatever kind you like. I like that spicy Saigon cinnamon. And then you've got here some butter extract. You're just going to put a few drops of that in. Then you've got 1 shot bottle, or basically 1 ounce of your favorite spiced rum, half a cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of white sugar, half a stick of butter, 2 ripe, but it's still a little bit firm so you can cut them up bananas. So basically, I am going to mix up all of my ingredients but the bananas, beat up the eggs, mix it with the milk, add all the other things to it, and then we're going to pour that over your bread and let it sit until it gets nice and kind of sticky. Once it does, you'll chop up your bananas into small pieces, like cubes, and mix it in. Then you're going to put it in your buttered casserole dish, or use butter spray, it's fine, or cast iron. This is my grandfather's cast iron skillet. I cook in it a lot, and this is what I like to cook in. And then you're going to put your Grilla, whether you're in the OG, silverback, chimp, whichever one you're cooking on 350. Any pellet is fine. I'm just going to use a competition blend on this. Once you pour all your soaked bread mixture in here, all you're going to do is put it on, close the lid tight, and don't check it for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, check it with either a toothpick or a knife, straight in. If it comes out clean, it's done. Pull it out, and you can just let it sit for about 5 minutes and serve it. This is a great dish if you're going to someone's house. Have it pre-cooked. You can heat it up for a second in the oven or on an eye, whether it's in your cast iron skillet or casserole dish. So I'm going to get to mixing my eggs here in with my milk. Again, I'm using 5 large eggs. Alright, there's 5 eggs. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of vanilla. I've cooked enough to pretty much be right. Yep, and then a dash of that butter extract. 1, 2, 3. Recipe says a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. That should be good. And we want to mix it up. And then add the rum and the sugar. Alright, everything is beaten. So let's add half a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of white sugar. And I love spiced rum. You can use any rum that you like. There's even banana flavored rum. You can even use that. So once that's all beat up, we're going to put it in a big bowl. It already smells good. I love the smell of spiced rum. And surprisingly, this same recipe works well with peaches. We don't have peach season here in Georgia yet, but you just omit the bananas and substitute the peaches. Alright, let's pour in the bread. You just want that to soak up all that goodness. Now we're going to chop up the bananas. And be sure to chop it. Don't do it in the rounds. It needs definitely to be chopped. Easy enough. Alright y'all, I've got my OG heated up to 350, and I've diced up my half a stick of salted butter. So I'm going to put a few pieces in the bottom because I have already sprayed my cast iron skillet with some butter spray. But I'm just going to put a few pieces, about half of it in the bottom of the skillet. I'll show you, kind of make it, polka dots. So here's our bread mixture. The type of bread I used, I needed to add a little bit more. Bread pudding is not, you don't have to be actual measure, so I'll go more by texture. So it soaked up the liquid. I know, it looks like a mess right now. All right, even it out. Perfect. This is a 10-inch cast iron pan. Looks bigger, I think, on camera. Then we're going to take the rest of that butter and put all over the top. This already smells so good, y'all. I'll let y'all take a look at what it looks like. So we're going to carry it out to the OG, and it'll be ready between 30 and 40 minutes at 350. All right, let's do the knife test. Came out clean. All right, while my Bannanas Foster bread pudding's on the OG, I've decided to make a sauce. So what I've mixed together here is a half a cup of brown sugar, 1 ounce again of the spiced rum, a half a stick of butter, about 1 ounce of half and half in it. So I'm bringing it up to a simmer. Let's see. There we go. And then this will thicken up, and this will be great over the Bannanas Foster bread pudding with some ice cream and this rum's butter sauce. Bannanas Foster bread pudding. Blending together 2 famous Louisiana recipes, Bannanas Foster and bread pudding. I've served it with ice cream and a rum butter sauce. Give me my spoon.